Here's a basic version of the spreadsheet I used last year to help me pick a Medicare Part D insurance provider. The one I actually used was a bit more complex, but while making this video I just realized it didn't need to be. Of course, no matter how you set up your research tools, you can always adapt and change to your heart's content. Just find out whatever works best for you and use that. The main thing is that you want to make sure it shows all of the information needed and that information is correct and easy to read. You can see here I have mainly two tabs, a comparison tab for the plans and a provider tab. The middle tab is a template that I create each individual provider tabs from. And what you see here is an overview table, which is basically insurance premium plus any deductible. There's a couple of simple calculations to multiply the monthly premiums to show the cost for an entire year. I also have a highlighting rule which quickly identifies deductible amounts based on my own criteria. For 0 it's green, and then the cell changes from gray to orange to red based on different ranges. That way I can easily identify the 0 or lower based deductible amounts for the policies that I'm choosing. Below that is a table for the copays. This is simply copied from the insurer's information. For each tier there's a corresponding copay amount. Keep in mind that some tiers may be a percentage and not a set amount. This can make it a little difficult to calculate unless you know the cost of the individual medication at your pharmacy. The table to the right of that is another simple table of figures. It's just the tier number assigned by each insurance provider. The out-of-pocket table is the most complicated table on this spreadsheet. For each medication, the amount of out-of-pocket money is calculated using the prescription tiers table and the tiers copay table. Each cell is comprised of a large if formula which assigns an out-of-pocket cost based on the tier of the medication. It's not absolutely necessary to do it this way, but for me I like just that I can copy and paste those formulas and modify it for each of the provider's information. And that way the out-of-pocket cost is automatically calculated and I don't have to keep looking back and forth to the other tables. But an alternate shown here below might be just to manually enter that tier information and cost. No complicated formulas, just a little more plugging in the numbers. However you decide to do it, you should have a table like this that shows the total cost of copays added to the total monthly premium for that provider. Here I've also added what my current monthly cost is and calculated the difference between the two. This shows me whether I'll be better off than last year with this plan. To the far right is an optional table. I've taken the Medicare information and calculated average cost over the last year for each medication. Now that the information in this tab is complete, I can copy the out-of-pocket table and paste it into the plan comparison tab. And I can move on to the next provider by making a duplicate of the template, filling it out, and then pasting it alongside the providers I already have. Do that about a dozen times and you've got yourself a pretty complete picture of all the providers' cost for the Medicare Part D insurance. My aim here is not to tell you which insurance to choose, but rather give you some ideas on how to gather the information so you can make an informed choice for yourself. Having all the information right there on your screen in front of you sure can make it a lot easier. I hope this can get you pointed in the right direction. It obviously assumes you know how to use the numbers application. If you're new to Apple's spreadsheet program, you might want to check out some online resources like lynda.com to learn how to use it better. It might be a good investment to get familiar with such a valuable tool. Remember, you've got till December 7th to make your choice. I absolutely encourage you to start now. You don't want to be sitting there on the last day trying to make a selection that could cost you a lot of money in the end if you pick the wrong one. So good luck with that, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and also check out monkeybreathstudios.com for information about my other projects like iPhone apps, t-shirts, and even books. Thanks for watching.